Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball shot.
Greetings, sports fans. Welcome to BCN Sports Half-Time Show. Junior, why do we still have World Football Show on the thing? I am Benton. He is George. What go on, family? Are you still?
Well, I'm good and I'm good. I'm getting over this World Cup thing now. So we're back.
World Cup infection? Because you've been sweating since like July 1st. Today is July 22nd. And this was immediately after the Cape Verde game.
Yeah.
When Cape Verde got eliminated, you started sweating.
Well, you know. We celebrated different styles.
All right, sports fans, welcome to BCN Sports Halftime Show. This is a show where we recap, discuss, give our thoughts on some of the major news in the world of sports. Not exclusively football. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. That do I say. On the topic today, we're going to celebrate and discuss the one and only Sir Garfield Sobers. We're going to highlight the legacy, the achievements of the wonderful man himself, Sir Garfield Sobers, who sadly passed away earlier this on July 17th. So it's been a while since we've done one of these shows, so we're going to take a few minutes and salute one of the elders, one of the ancestors now, Sir Garfield Sobers. We'll give our World Cup final grade. Junior, I'll throw some teams at you. I'll throw make some statements at you, and you're going to provide me with a grade. You can kick back on why you're going to provide that specific grade. And also, you can do the same, just a final recap on the World Cup. CONCACAF U20 tournament is coming up. Our young reggae boys looking to make a World Cup 2027 FIFA U20 World Cup. We'll discuss that team and the schedule coming up. That game, that tournament kicks off on July 24th. So who knows, Junior, you might be getting some football in a few minutes here, a few days here with this CONCACAF U20 tournament. And we'll wrap up with transfer news. Anything that we want to touch on transfer news. Sounds like a plan?
Yeah, man.
All right, see there. Again, people, smash the like button, subscribe, smash up the button. Hit the button so hard that you can't stop no more. Junior, the man himself, Sir Garfield Sobers, passed away, a legendary cricketer. Some would say he's regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, all-rounder of all times. And all-rounder for the non-cricket fans, he's very good in batting, very, very good in bowling, also very good in other aspects, very good in the field. Junior, we're not old enough to watch Sir Garfield Sobers play. But the team that we supported growing up stood on the shoulders of Sir Garfield Sobers. What did you hear about Sir Garfield Sobers coming up from your dad and other elders who played cricket and who had a chance to watch him?
No, I mean, for me, I played cricket, and I would even say cricket was my primary sport growing up in Jamaica. And Garfield Sobers is a name that's synonymous with anybody that plays cricket, but I couldn't talk about now. I would hope it still is no, but then it would be our generation passing on a hearsay to the next generation, which is probably now passing on that hearsay to the next generation that should be in schools right now, right? So, but for me though, I was fortunate enough to if not hearsay, I got it from the horse's mouth. I got it from the people that saw him, that I've had the opportunity to see him live. I got the information from people who listened to him on radio. Because what we think about even at that time too, not everybody was privileged to watch all the West Indies games on TV. You're still listening to it on radio. You have to visualize in your mind's eye what he is doing on the field, right? So it's a different data set, it's a different perspective. But all in all, Garfield Sobers was highly respected. And I don't think there's anybody from any nation that had anything bad to say about Garfield Sobers. And that speaks to him, to his quality and his legacy. And one last thing, we have to also remember the time that he came up in.
Yeah.
Black people weren't supposed to be revered. Black people weren't supposed to be celebrated by non-blacks. And this man went through, even though he wasn't the first, but this man went through some borders and still being regarded as the greatest all-rounder ever is a different thing.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Well said. Big up BM. BM says, rest in peace or rest in power, Sir Sobers. Brian Lara broke his record in the mid 1990s.
I remember that innings. I remember that innings. I watched that innings, every ball of that innings that Lara put the record. I watched every delivery that Lara faced. I remember that like yesterday.
And that innings in particular is the 365 that Sir Garfield Sobers made not out. So the first time he converted one of those scores to a century. It took him 16 test matches to actually make a century. He had starts, he got starts, and couldn't. And for the non-cricket fans, when you get a start, you usually get into the 30s, you get into the 40s, you get into the 50s, and then you throw it away. Somehow you don't convert to a century. But Sir Garfield Sobers got many starts prior to that, and he did not convert them to centuries. And in the first time that he did, it was a 16 test match for him. He went on to make a triple century. 365, the first man to do it at the time, to make his first century a triple century. There are others who have done it since, but Junior, imagine to make 365 runs not out. I can't.
It's a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a lot of concentration.
Wow, 365. He ended up playing 93 test matches. Made 26 centuries, 30 50s. He averaged 57.78 runs. 57. And to put it in context right now, the current West Indian group of players, cricketers, no one is averaging over 30 or 40 runs. I mean, even the great Chris Gayle, I think Chris Gayle averaged like 30 something in test match when it's all said and done. And this is how excellent Sir Garfield Sobers was. And so, like you said, the tributes poured in from all parts of the cricketing world and non-cricketing world, because Prime Minister, heads of states also poured in tributes for the one Mr. Sir Garfield Sobers.
Yeah.
Come
on, it's the closest. It's the closest we can say we've had to a cricket god. It's the closest. I can't think of, from my perspective, I can't think of anybody else that Sir Garfield Sobers was the first name that is called.
Yeah, and big up, and I want to highlight the story, which I thought not only was he a cricketer, but he was quite funny, right? There's this, check out CaribbeanCricket.com, and of course, CricketWestIndies.com for other coverage of Sir Garfield Sobers. CaribbeanCricket.com is, local blog, a blog by Caribbean cricket fans. And there's an article here by Shamaru, who, describe his interaction with Sir Garfield Sobers. He grew up in Guyana, Mr. Shamaru, that is, and he was fortunate enough to rose through the ranks, become, one of the members of government, or somebody high in society, so to speak. He went to school, earned a living, blah, blah, blah. he was at an event years later, conducting an event in mass of ceremony, and Sir Garfield Sobers was there at the event. He gave a speech, and so Sham Shamaru ended up, recounting a story that Sir Garfield Sobers mentioned and gave to the crowd. And the story said pretty much that West Indies was playing India, in India. And this Indian bowler, Shazikar, I think was his name, Shanjaskar, was just running through the West Indies batting lineup. I mean, he was just mesmerizing. And so West Indies, Sir Garfield is holding down one end, and then the final batsman showed up, and he Sir Garfield said that, the final batsman came over to him and said, "So, Sir Garfield, what am I supposed to do here? How am I gonna keep Shanzakar at bay?" And Sir Garfield Sobers replied to him, "Rohan Kanai couldn't play him out." And Rohan Kanai is a legendary West Indian batsman who also played in the same team. Sir Garfield Sobers replied to Charlie Griffith at the time, who was the number 11 batsman, and said to Charlie Griffith, "Rohan Kanai couldn't keep him out, Butcher couldn't keep him out, and you are gonna keep him out? Man, just do what you're doing and let's go home." and and that was that for a cricketing fan, that's just hilarious, because when you go to the middle, the first thing when you go into bat, you the person who's already there batting, you go over to them and hoping that they can give you some pointers to navigate the crease, how it's playing. But Sir Garfield Sobers said, "Brethren, none of the other batsmen couldn't keep him out, and you." Legendary Sir Garfield Sobers, man. Big up yourself. 89 years old, family. Give thanks to Sir Garfield Sobers, leaving an indelible mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. PJ Patterson, former Prime Minister, Right Honorable PJ Patterson, of course, head of state in Barbados, Right Honorable Mia Motley, and others poured in. Ralph Gonzalez, all across the political spectrum. In the British space, also leaders in Britain also sending their condolences to the family of Sir Garfield Sobers. Yeah, man, 89 years old. Good knock, Sir Garfield. BM says, "I watched Brian Lara growing up." And Brian actually had a tribute about Sir Garfield, and he was quite emotional in his tribute.
Because he's like a father to him.
Yeah, he did say that he was like a father to him. BM says, "I watched Brian Lara growing up, and to me, he was like the Messi of cricket. I wish I got to see Sobers live. Time to head over to football, Junior." Thank you for the segue, BM. Big up yourself. Rest in power, Sir Garfield Sobers. Rest in power, family. Junior, let's head over to the FIFA World Cup. As BM says, Brian Lara is like the Messi of cricket for him. Now let's over to the real Messi and the FIFA World Cup. Junior, there was an article first and foremost, how you doing with the World Cup being over? How you holding up?
I don't miss it. I don't know, maybe I'm getting old, but normally other World Cups I sit down and relive moments. I honestly cannot remember a moment. Like, what I mean is you have that. Yeah, in previous World Cups for me, you had those signature moments or those signature times or events that you look back at and say, "Yo, I remember when this," and I'm not feeling that right now. I don't. Sure, there are moments to remember, but sorry, to answer your question, I'm not missing it. I'm actually glad it's over.
So you can move on with your local club football.
Yeah, honestly, it didn't. The World Cup, it's just a tainted event to me. This World Cup was just a tainted event.
Personally, I am adjusting to life after the World Cup. I do miss the games because there were a lot of games that I looked forward to at the time. Um, you know, overall, my excitement or my missing it is not as depressing as it was for others, though, because it took me a while to kind of transition after other World Cups ended. For this one, last night I started to watch some cricket. I started trying to catch up on things that I neglected during the World Cup. So I'm like, all right, time to move on, time to move on. So, Mark Ogden of ESPN had a report card for the World Cup and for things in the World Cup. Junior, I want to kick it to you and get your thoughts on what type of grade would you give some of these. I'm going to call out a name. What type of grade would you give them and why? Spain, first. What type of grade would you give Spain?
A plus.
A plus. And simply because they won.
And not only that, when you look back at it, I think they only gave up 1 goal or something like that, right?
Yes, they yeah.
So it is easy to criticize them during the journey because you expected the other shoe to fall, but it didn't happen. So it's not only because they won the World Cup, they were dominant, and they were quietly dominant.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I'm giving A plus.
Is it the talent pool, a combination of the talent pool, the coaching, and all these things come together at the right time for this team? Because the De La Fuente, not Luis De La Fuente's team, it's not the most attractive on the eyes.
So let me pose a question to you then.
Yeah.
If I was to look at you 6 weeks ago, this is before the World Cup, and I'd tell you, say, Benton, who is the best left back in the world? You would say Nuno Mendes. I would expect you to say Nuno Mendes. Right?
I don't know.
Can you think of a name?
I would have to go back and so that was after the Champions League final.
Go back 6 weeks after the Champions League final.
Okay, Nuno. Okay.
Who is the best left back in the world? If it's not Nuno Mendes, let me
So who is the best left back in the world? Period. Point blank.
After 6 weeks, it's
probably
Cucurella.
Nuno. It's probably Nuno.
It's Cucurella. It's Cucurella, and that right there. Because if I look at you, so let me rephrase it. If I look at your Benton and say 6 weeks ago, Cucurella is the best left back in the world, you probably think I'm smoking weed or drinking at the time. Or it's just one of regular junior stupid proclamations. But if I look at you and tell you right now that Cucurella is the best left back in the world, I think I have an argument. And that is a testimony to Spain. You ask if it's talent, it's not talent. Because Lamine Yamal had a piss poor World Cup. For his expectation, it was garbage. And Spain still found a way to win the World Cup. Cucurella coming in, I would say Cucurella is the weak fence for Spain. And he actually was their strongest defender. How you explain that other than just coaching? It has nothing to do. Talent, you have to have talent to win the World Cup. I'm not discrediting the talent. But this World Cup to me proved the significance of coaching.
This World Cup proves to me the significance of system and people who buy into their roles. I mean,
yes.
I thought coming into the World Cup, the hype around Lamine Yamal, it's more of the media houses, like whether it's the American media house in particular, looking for a certain star quality to kind of market around. And I didn't really expect Lamine Yamal to really kind of hit these high notes. I mean, come on. I'm on a pitney. And plus what happened in the European Championship that they won, it was Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams on the left, Lamine on the right, and Rodri and others in the midfield. So it was a collective, So this marketing campaign around Lamine Yamal, I thought was a little bit too much for this one player to be. I like you. I gave them an A, as in like final grade for Spain. I didn't have them win the World Cup simply because I wasn't convinced by Pedro Porro. In fact, I would think that Pedro Porro would be the weakest defender coming into the World Cup. And then secondly, I was not certain about the injury situation around Nico Williams. I felt like the fact that Nico Williams was uncertain, I wasn't convinced that Alex Benia or anyone else would give you that width in that left side. But ultimately, this is what coaching is all about. You plug, you don't need that width, and you defend better, and you win games another way. And I think Spain demonstrated that. Nico Williams, of course, came on in the final. That was quite impactful. But before we leave Spain, BM said he was shocked that Rodri got the player of the tournament. Junior, I'm not certain why BM is shocked on that one.
So BM, who you think should have gotten it? That's what I want to know. Who should have gotten it if not Rodri, and why?
Peter missed that maybe you're numbing yourself to Junior in order to cope with the withdrawal, but you have to miss it. Yes, Peter. I think Rodri was outstanding in that midfield, and I don't see any other player that would get that warrants that award. No other player. None. I mean, you could maybe make a case for Par Kubersi, the 19-year-old centre-back, but I don't think he would have gotten it because he was outstanding in it. Fabian Ruiz, no.
All right. So, no. So, remove the final. Let's take the final out of it. Let's forget
Yeah.
Let's forget the final ever happened.
Yeah.
Going into the final, who was the best player in the World Cup in your eyes? That might be too loaded of a question, but if the answer is not Rodri, I tell you what.
I mean, the best player heading into the final had to be the number 10 for Argentina.
Messi.
Yeah, heading into the final. I mean, because the things that he did to carry that team to the final, and granted, he may not score down the stretch, but he had multiple assists, and he was finding players left drifting out to the right side. So he was the best player heading into that final. And if somehow Argentina found a way to win that game, even if he didn't play well, which is unlikely Argentina was going to win without him contributing, he would have gotten the golden ball award.
Yeah, okay. If I really had a vibe, I would argue it, but I won't argue it.
Okay.
I won't argue it.
And it's just simple the fact that the contributions, the assists against Egypt, against England, granted England retreated, but you needed somebody there to pull those passes, and of course, BM says Messi deserved the player of the tournament. He single-handedly carried the team to the final. He had 8 goals, 4 assists in 8 games. 8 goals, 4 assists in 8 games. So yeah, he would have, if they won the final, he would have gotten it. Player of the tournament. Because for a while he was neck and neck with Kylian Mbappe for Golden Boot, right? And he also had the record for most goals until the next man break it. So yeah. Junior, Spain, that was the grade for Spain, the assessment for Spain. I agree with Rodri getting it. Messi can go on, I'm good. I think he has got enough. Cape Verde, what sort of grade would you give Cape Verde in this World Cup? As again, we're just going through our grades, looking at, I'm kicking out some names to you, and you can provide a grade and why you give that team or name a grade.
I give them a solid B. Because A is reserved for champions. I'm sorry. A is reserved for champions. If you come and just get a participation trophy, you get a C. And I think Cape Verde got a little bit more than a participation trophy. So I give them a B.
Cape Verde made it to the round of 32. I give them an A also. Or B plus. I mean, because no one had, at least I certainly didn't have Cape Verde on anywhere near this achievement. Not only that, they won or advance out of a group ahead of Uruguay, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would give Cape Verde a B plus or a minus in that scenario. I thought they overachieved immensely, and I was not only that, but they overachieved playing entertaining football. You know what? It's a solid A. I will give their fans also, and just throw them fans them in there too.
Fan base, the fan base is they don't even get graded by me, man. They're on a different level. The female, no, I don't give a. You know what? Let me be more specific. The female fans is another level. You know what, Peter? I actually, thank you. I am now missing the World Cup. I'm missing Cape Verde.
Continuing our World Cup, great family. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Runners up at the World Cup, Argentina. What sort of grade do you give them overall?
Is it? I give them a B. I give them a B. I really should give them a C, but giving them a C, and the reason why I was thinking about giving them a C is because of how they acted after the World Cup ended. And excuse my French, but they are sore little bitches. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
Yes,
They behave
so
just like PSG in the Club World Cup when Chelsea beat them.
I wanted to give them a C, but they showed up as defending champions on the same side, and they played one game, and they overachieved in that one game in the last 20 minutes. That's why I really want to give them a C, but I think I'll be disrespectful. So, and that would mean that I expected them to do better than they did. So I'm giving them a B. And Messi, regardless of what happened this past World Cup, Messi's legacy is cemented for me. So I really don't care one way or the other. But they only played one game. It was against England. Every other game after that, Argentina was hands-on favorite. They could sleepwalk and win those games. England was the only game. So I give them a B. But I B minus.
I'm giving them a C.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a C, and the simple reason is this: they got favorable calls. Yes, it may not be something that they did, requested, but they got it. All right. And one of the favorable calls that really stood out was I think Messi should have gotten a red card in the game against Algeria, and then that would have, if he was held accountable, like every other player probably would have, then subsequently Argentina would probably not make it as far as they did, because he would have missed the remainder of that game against Algeria, though the red card would have been suspended for the remainder of the tournament, because he would not serve any 1 month suspension, just like Bolligan or whatever, because
You think
actually
so?
that was used in the Bolligan's appeal to suspend Bolligan's 1 year, suspends Bolligan's red cards, or delayed Bolligan's suspension for 1 year because of
Right.
that, Messi non-red card. So I give them a C, and the simple reason is this. In addition to that, is that in the World Cup in final, if Messi's not playing ball, Argentina has no plan B. And Lionel Scaloni, I mean, yes, Messi's a general, an absolute, baller. Call him whatever you want. Some call him goat, whatever. But you cannot have a one-man side. You cannot turn up every day thinking that, this baller is going to be your saving grace. And I thought that is just a bug side move. You cannot just rely on the goat or whatever you want to call him every day, and especially in the final when he wasn't having a good game. Somebody else needed to step up. No one else could. Julian Alvarez probably needs to stop focus on transferring to Football Club Barcelona and focus on the Rapid game. So I give Argentina a C. BM says, remember Messi is 39 and playing in MLS. I was very surprised at how impactful he was at the World Cup. Do you think he will play in the Copa America? And Peter Mystic says, yes, of course, regarding the Cape Verde fans. You know what, Junior? I actually think the playing in MLS is by design by Messi and Messi's support staff, by advisors, to help him prepare for the World Cup. I mean, it's a perfect preparation. You just chill, walk around every week, kick 2 balls, win a trophy, no stress, and then roll out for World Cup. That's it. He's not playing in any high-end league, and that's it. So the World Cup, to me, playing in MLS is something that he wanted, and he did it. And here comes Junior frustration now.
You see, guy, if you notice in the group chat too, I stayed out of the messy banter. And I did it on purpose because I don't really want people get too emotional, right? But this is just Junior's perspective. And if you want to say I'm hating on Messi, that's fine. All this World Cup and this MLS talk, all this World Cup has proven to me is that they started against who? Algeria.
Yeah.
Algeria is not on MLS level. Austria is not on MLS level. Jordan is not on MLS level. Cape Verde is not on MLS level. If I was to tell you that, you'd look at me and say, "Duh, don't it?" I would expect you to say, "Of course, that makes sense." I would expect that. Against Egypt, against Switzerland, against England, and against Spain, Messi looked like garbage most of the game. So this MLS rhetoric and MLS, it does not work. I'm sorry. If Argentina wasn't the World Cup champions and come in with a favorable schedule, this team probably don't get to round of 16. This team would probably end up like Brazil. If Argentina was to play against Norway killed them. And that is, I'm sorry. I don't buy into this thing with Messi and MLS. He's old, and he looked old against reputable teams. Now, granted, he had 10 minutes against Egypt when that he looked unstoppable when he had the ball. He had a couple minutes against Switzerland, but that was after the red card, by the stupid red card. England, we all know Tuchel wet that bed. So if Egypt, before Switzerland, before England, if Egypt did just do common sense football, we'd be having a different discussion right now. We'd be saying, you know what? Messi was too old, because the one game that Messi played that he gets equitable competition, he failed. So look, his legacy is secure with me, but I don't buy that. They played against nobody, and he ran up the score. But as soon as they play against people that is just as fit or younger, it look like garbage. And call a spade, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone. Well, I certainly won't argue that point. I mean, at the end of the day, I actually felt like if the other teams were more serious about some of those games, they probably could have pushed Argentina. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the winner, the defending champs, got a favorable schedule. Some of these victories, you're like, bruh, you're struggling to beat Cape Verde, Reg. So, but however, it is what it is. It is what it is. Argentina, I gave them a C. If they ran into a different opponent, or if any of the other group members did actually show up and play some serious ball, who knows? If Algeria had the cojones of Cape Verde, we could be having a different thing. So,
yes,
so, and Jordan and them look at, so. England, continuing our reports and World Cup grade. What sort of grade do you give the English team?
Let's see, a B minus.
What?
I give them a B minus.
B.
B minus.
A B minus as in boy.
Yes.
B. Are you certain?
Yes. Yeah, I'm 100% certain. I never expect, as much as we clone each other and we clone me for me, I never expected England to make it to the semi-final.
With
So
that
for me,
talent
with that, this is not
and
the
that
first time, and
coach.
this is not the most talented England team we've seen in recent history.
Okay, I would have to go back and compare which one is more
Oh,
talented.
we don't have to go that far. Gerrard, Lampard, Rooney.
Okay, fair enough, but this England team is not no slouch either.
It's not a slouch, but it's England. It's England. Look, it's just like Portugal. It's just like all of these other teams. These are hype teams, Netherlands and these teams. We don't believe in it until they win World Cup. We're talking about World Cup grade now, you know. We're not talking about hype grade. This is World Cup grade. Dude, if I look at it and say England going to make it to the final for the World Cup, wow, they must have a damn good World Cup. That's why I give them B minus.
I give England a C. In fact, I probably should give England a D because that team should be in the final.
Okay.
That team should be in the final. And I think if that team is in the final and allowed to play football rather than run like little B, as you called them earlier, then it's probably a different ball game because then Spain would have to be in some sort of run with the wingers of England. I mean, the fact that England surrendered, there was a stat out there at the 56 minutes on. 88% possession Argentina had the 12% possession for England. England.
It's inexcusable.
Box cover. And then the coach, I give him a C. In fact, I probably should give them a F. The coach said he put on Dan Burn to help nullify some of the crosses. And what did Argentina score on? A cross right in front of Dan Burn.
Yeah.
Continue our World Cup grade. United States, Junior. What type of grade do you give Mauricio Pochettino team? All right, let me go.
One.
I give them a C also.
Okay.
I give him a C also. C. It's a talented team. I think a little bit too hype. But the mere fact that you spent all this pressure after Bosnia-Herzegovina game focusing on one red card. One red card, and then when you play anything decent, Belgium. The same Belgium that Senegal had their foot on their throat and Senegal couldn't finish the job. You got whooped by Belgium. C. And I think this Mauricio Pochettino tenure is a failure. So C. That's my grade for them. Go ahead.
I give them a B plus, and this is the reason why. Heading into the World Cup, I had them getting knocked out of the zone, out of the group. I had Turkey and Paraguay actually beating them out. Would look at the run of results they had leading up to the World Cup, and look at the World Cup that they had. It's night and day. Night and day. Remember, this is the same America getting their ass beat left, right, and center, you know.
I mean, they suffered a defeat to Germany and they defeated Senegal in the lead up.
Yes, but we know Senegal's story. Portugal beat them 2-0. Belgium beat them 5-2 in a friendly. So the 4-1 should not be that like, oh my God, shocking. They got beat by the same margin before.
Oh my God, you have tape now. You can go prepare.
No, that's not how it works. But that's why I give them a B. No, I'm just grading them on straight football. The politics out of it. I don't want the stream to get knocked. So you know what I'm saying. I'm keeping all of that out of it. I'm keeping the Balogun thing out of it. The World Cup, sensible American fans can, if sensible American fans looked at the World Cup as a stepping stone, you play this World Cup, you achieve this. Next World Cup is not a restart. It should be a next step. So we expected to go a step further. If that is the plan, they succeeded. If the plan now is going to restart the model and we expect to do better next world, then yeah, you go on with your C and your D. But for me, for a developmental plan, I give them a B.
Bruh, 2018 was the stepping stone. This World Cup, 2018, they got eliminated in what, a round of 16. Granted, it was 32 teams at the time, and your famous coach from the Netherlands, what name, man?
Louis van Gaal.
What?
Louis van Gaal.
Louis van Gaal said them play too rigid. Tactically, them, I think he called them tactic dunce or what, tactical dunce or whatever. After he defeated them, didn't he say something like that?
Yeah.
And so you have that group, and Mauricio Pochettino was brought in to inject tactical sense. See that forget. All right. Germany. What type of grade you give Germany? Julian Nagelsmann is out of a job, family. What type of grade? I give them a F. In fact, I would give them anything below a F. F minus.
And any idiot with that think Julian Nagelsmann is going to come in and change Germany for the better. You're a damn idiot if you thought that as well. Look at what he did at where was Bayern Munich and them running, right?
Yeah, he was at Bayern Munich and he,
for like a cup of tea, and they couldn't run him any faster. Why would think Julian Nagelsmann is going to change? You give him an easy team, they will beat the brakes off an easy team. But any coach or any team that's willing to stand up to Julian Nagelsmann, we saw it in his club career. That's what he did at where? Dortmund the whole time? Was it Dortmund or Dortmund, right?
He was at Dortmund and then got hired at
and then you go
Dortmund or Mönchengladbach. I don't even know. I don't even remember.
But that's just Julian Nagelsmann. So you're an idiot if you think he was going to be successful for Germany. And Germany failed. They
RB Leipzig. We have to get. I have to get it right. Leipzig, then Bayern Munich.
Yeah. So he utterly failed. And Germany was rubbish. They had the one game. Everybody thinks, oh, this is Germany. No, you played against CONCACAF minnows who just happy for the World Cup.
They weren't just happy. They were there to compete, Junior. Curacao was competing. The fact that Paraguay beat Germany, probably one of the worst teams. And BM said Cape Verde and Norway were my highlights in an otherwise underwhelming tournament. The World Cup made me realize how important Di Maria was for Argentina. He's very underrated. Yep. Angel Di Maria. Yeah, man. Bala. Junior, Brazil. What type of grade do you give Brazil?
I give them a C. I give them a C. And I really want to cuss off Carlo, and I know Sean, countryman, him give it to Carlo, right? But Brazil failed this World Cup. They failed. They just got progressively worse. And Norway thankfully put them out of their misery.
I Brazil a F. Just like Germany. And listen, Carlo Ancelotti was hired to make the tough decisions, to make this team a better team. And what I saw was the same rubbish that I saw from Duravel and whosoever preceded Duravel. Carlo Ancelotti had Rafinha and Vinicius Jr. playing on the same wing, and then is being lauded by pundits for moving Rafinha on the other wing in the game against Morocco. Does that make sense?
But you think that was something that he did. I think because I've watched interviews of people talking about who Carlo is and Carlo's personality, and looking at Carlo's face on the sideline, I think he got pissed off. And I have a feeling that Rafinha's injury, he could have come back a lot sooner. Carlos said, "No, brother, you not listen."
All them things are
So
supposed to figure out before World Cup. Box cover.
not really, um, because a court. These are professionals. They are grown men, and if they don't buy into the system, the same system that you talked about earlier. All right, the difference between Spain and Brazil. Spain players bought into the system. Brazil players did not buy into the system. They didn't.
Don't carry them. You're a big coach. You are Don Carlo.
No, you can't. That's not how it works. I'm sorry.
I disagree, Junior. You are hired
that's
by
not
the
it.
federation with a name. You are not Junior Pringle. You are Carlo Ancelotti for a reason.
He wouldn't make it on the plane.
Well, you take an explain.
No, he wouldn't. They would have fired him before. If he didn't bring Neymar and Rafinha, which I could envision in my mind's eye, that Rafinha shouldn't play on that Brazil team.
So Bridget, why are you here if you can't make your own decisions?
That's something for Brazil and Carlo to deal with. But
Brazil gets an F for me.
He clearly didn't have control.
And you know what? And also I'm gonna clearly just give Brazil an extra F for playing Isador Thiago. God, what a boy, how buggish. God, Jesus, mercy. Junior, overall, your final thoughts on the World Cup. I also give Marcelo Bielsa F. Junior, let's final wrap on some of these players before we get to yard ballers. And players that we officially, this is their last World Cup. Kevin De Bruyne, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Romelu Lukaku. Who else am I missing? Mohamed Salah.
Luka Modric.
I even forgot about him. Yeah, those players.
Yeah. Luka Modric.
Mohamed Salah, I would say this is his last one.
Yeah. We're closing the book on a generation of football. We're closing. Let me word it this way. We're closing the book on a generation of football that was very top heavy. What I mean by that is, you have. I even put Neymar. Put Neymar in that too.
Yeah, Neymar, Koulibaly out of Senegal.
Well, you're just reaching for names. What about
Sadio Mane?
Sadio Mane is another one.
Sadio Mane is another one.
But it's very top heavy, and the top is generational. In
Virgil
Cristiano
van
Ronaldo.
Dijk?
Yeah, this is the last record. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, or Messi and Ronaldo. I don't care however the one order for me. That's the top. That's the upper echelon. That's the cream of the crop. Then below, further below, not even close below, you have a bracket of ballers where the reason why Ronaldo and Messi, or Messi and Ronaldo, is on top is clear. And that bracket of baller showed us why them on the up top are generals, are all-time generals. Wherever them fit in the all-time, that's between you and them. But this second bracket highlighted the greatness of Ronaldo and Messi. That's how I see it. Because Luka Modric, Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, Sadio Mane, Virgil van Dijk, all had.
With a Colombian boy named James.
No, I don't put James Rodriguez in that bracket.
But this is his last World Cup too, right?
Yeah, but James dead. I'm talking about the second bracket now. James the like fourth bracket or fifth bracket. James is just a World Cup wonder. That's how I see James Rodriguez. He's a one World Cup wonder. That's how me see him. moving on from Hymes. But that second bracket, to me, is just some footballers that had great careers. But for whatever reason, that ultimate prize eluded them because you had the generational above them and they didn't have what it takes to take that extra step up to the generational level. And that's how we're closing the book on those players now. And when you look towards the next World Cup, and you look at the book now and say, all right, where does the book stand? Like, where are those players now? And when I think about it, and this is just a fresh thought, it's not what I really sit down and really think about. The cupboard look bare.
I mean,
The cupboard
you
looks.
have some ballers over there so in the hype all the time.
Who?
I mean, but
Who?
ballers will pop up.
No, ballers will pop up, but the ballers that will pop up is James Rodriguez and them type of baller. We're talking about the upper echelon, which I think Mbappe is already there. Me personally, think Mbappe, as long as Mbappe stays motivated, he'll be regarded in that upper echelon when he's done, when he hangs up his boots. But that second level, that second tier, to me, the cupboard kind of bare.
And you
After
say
the
upper echelon
Frenchman,
as in the Messi, Ronaldo echelon.
Yeah, the Messi Ronaldo.
Okay.
That's a generational.
Okay.
The second level, because remember, I don't know if you can. I don't necessarily consider Ronaldinho generational. I don't necessarily consider him that, but he was a little bit above his generation. But you look at that second level when Ronaldinho playing, cupboard was full, man, and that's why Bundesliga was so nice, La Liga was so nice, Serie A was so nice, English Premier League was so nice. Even League One was so nice them time because you just had a bag of ballers just a run around the place. When you look at football now, I don't think, and maybe it's coaching, maybe it's the tactics, and maybe tactics change in football. But you can't really point to the one baller and say, see the second level, eh? You can't, I can't. I cannot. Olise, as talented as I would want to say Olise is, 15 years ago, 12 years ago, 16 years ago, 4 World Cups ago, or 4 World Cups or 3 World Cups, 12 years ago, what a bag of Olise run around the place. Right now, Olise is regarded as this big next generational talent. And when we really think about it, I look at him, I say, brother.
Yeah, but that also means that the room is available for somebody else or others to jump through it. Nobody not really state no claim.
Well, let me ask you this then. Do you think, and you know what, this is actually a damn good topic. Do you think with football changing to capitalist market, and we have to win now, right? Do you think that affects the coach? I think it affects the coaching strategy, where coaches now make it simple as possible because they need to win now. JJ Okocha is one of the all-time, not all-time, JJ Okocha in his generation was regarded as one of the best midfielders around. He was probably top 15 midfielder, right? But he played under Sam Allardyce at Bolton. Sam Allardyce today at Bolton, JJ Okocha cannot do what he does because Sam Allardyce is thinking about job security. So my question to you now is, do you think the capitalist market is what is hurting and stifling us having that second tier ballers, much of them running around and in the football? I would make an argument for that.
I would have to peel that onion a little bit. I have to do some research because I think the talent. Another way I look at it is that the young talented players are getting plucked from emerging market maybe a little bit too soon, and then they're getting into markets that they're not transitioning immediately. I mean, maybe I like a player like Fatman. What his name? Hendrick.
Hendrick,
Should
yeah.
have remained in Brazil a little bit longer before he then make the move to Europe. And then it kind of helped him to develop those skills a little bit more. And you have other younger players because yeah, that's one we had. Yeah, I can see that because and also the coach will have to win now. You know, time for you wait for now.
So you don't really give the talent a chance to be talented anymore. Them days,
Hey, if you want to be talented, go on a yard. Try to win
them
now.
days gone. Them days gone. And it's so funny. It's to them someone said of interview or look at meme them.
Yeah.
And Seedorf did an interview and him said when he played with Roberto Carlos never trained hard.
Yep.
And
I've heard that before. Yep.
Him couldn't understand him. Say, yo, Roberto Carlos never trained hard. And him say him even got him and say, oh brother, oh you so fit and you not train hard. And him say he did not realize it until later in his career when he eventually went to Brazil to play. And he said, this is the reason why the Brazilians are machines. They play in a league that they play every 3 days.
Man, I play ball all the time.
All the time. And he's today them day in a -5 degrees. 3 days from now, them day in a 30 degrees. 3 days after that, them travel 6 hours for go play. So when you take them ball and that get seasoned in Brazil and bring them over to Europe, I say, yo, you hear me now? You're going to play 1 game every 7 days, and every odd Tuesday, you travel 2 hours to go play the Champions League. The man, them fit and are ready for go run ball. And they think me down and I said, damn. So that's why Brazil turned Roxy. Because Brazil not using none of those ballers anymore. They might use a European, like you just said, the pluck too early ballers. So
you have to keep the ballers them at home. You have to keep them at home. Brazilian League. In fact, speaking of which, I watched Vasco Gama earlier. You know what? That's for another date. About 17 coaches or so have already exit stage left junior from the World Cup. Samri Lamuche, Turkey, Miroslav Kolbik, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Steve Clark, Herv Renard, Bielsa Jr., Marcelo Bielsa. Is this the last of him at this level?
Yes.
Marcelo Bielsa?
Yes.
How did it get this bad?
It never get bad. Uruguay
was horrible.
Right, because they are bug side.
But this is come on. That was weird. So this is the same team that had Fede Valverde. I'm trying to think about this Uruguayan team. You're a baller from Liverpool, Darwin Núñez. You couldn't put together a decent team with that? To leave a group?
No. No. No.
The biggest disappointment for me, Papetua finally got let go, or whatever. Maybe he will get his money over in Senegal. Javier Aguirre is gone from Mexico. My question to you regarding Mexico: are they struggling to find a good coach to guide this team and take Mexico to the next? Take Mexico back to where it belongs. Its rightful place as head of CONCACAF. Because Mexico is not the #1 team in CONCACAF anymore, clearly. And Javier Aguirre is somebody that the federation looks to kind of give us a strength and the fans that rally around you and blah, blah, blah. But it turns out that they've just back to foolishness. They don't regain any sort of dominance that they once were in CONCACAF.
World Cup won't dictate that. Javier Aguirre was getting old. He's an old man. And is a retread as well. Now, I can't speak to, I don't know. I don't know because looking at the World Cup and the way they played in the World Cup, if America was to play against Mexico right now, I expect Mexico to beat them.
If America to play against Mexico right now, I expect America to beat them. Just sheer determination. Sheer
The same,
determination will wear down Mexico by the Americans and then we'll beat them.
the same America that was saw play against Australia, you think will beat Mexico?
Yeah.
I mean,
In
I
fact,
mean,
we'll probably see it in a few weeks.
yeah, we'll see it in a few weeks. But and maybe that is what is disheartening to the Mexican fans because they grew up believing that they were so far ahead
Yep.
of CONCACAF and the mere fact that these idiots on BCN Sports is talking about America and Mexico in the same sentence. That's the reason why we are failing. If that is how them think, yo, brother, I saw it going on. Things go up and things come down sometimes. So you go ahead, go look for another coach and try to bring in this transcending coach and will change the mindset and Ray. Go ahead, do that. You fought when that coach come in and fail. And we look behind you now and say, wait, when did Panama get better than Mexico? Wait, hold on. How Costa Rica circle we back? I would say Jamaica, but me have more common sense. So it is.
I guess when Jamaica pass you, then you really have to get some. You have to take
No,
strong
man,
action.
Jamaica pass them. Jamaica pass them. Mexico to start play cricket.
BM says Colombia was a disappointment. Yes, they were absolutely. He also said that the World Cup, they had a team at least to get to the semifinals, but couldn't finish their chances. Sebastian Becase is out as coach at Colombia. I think Luis Diaz just. I don't know if it's a long season at Bayern Munich. He just never.
He had a
turned up.
garbage World Cup too. He had a garbage World
Yeah,
Cup.
never turn up. Before we leave the World Cup, Didier Deschamps. He's out. He's moved on. No more at France. It's been a long tenure for him, Junior. Final assessment of his tenure and his achievements with this French team. Our failures with this French team. Your assessment of Didier.
I think he's a successful coach.
So what? One World Cup as a player and one World Cup as a
One
manager.
World Cup as a coach
and
manager, a World Cup finals loss.
Yeah, you don't put those on your resume, Junior.
You don't, but he didn't crash. He didn't. His career didn't crash.
Yeah.
He didn't crash out, and for what we saw, losing to Spain is not that bad of a thing.
Yep.
So, and the two World Cups that you didn't win, you lost to the eventual champions.
Yes. Both times, yeah.
Yeah, so he at least proved that he doesn't know how to waste talent. Because that French team is super talented. And for him to still keep the wheels on the track for 3 World Cup cycles, yeah, he did well.
Yeah, Didier Deschamps. Moving on. All right, over to Yardballers, Junior. CONCACAF U20 tournament kicking off this week. This is it. Reggae Boys will be in Group C. Let me see. Top 2 teams plus the 2 best third place teams will advance to the quarterfinals. So 3 groups of 4. The top 2 teams plus the 2 best third place teams. So let's run through the groups real quickly. The tournament will be played in Mexico. United States, Cuba, El Salvador, and Haiti make up Group A. Group B, Mexico, the host, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Antigua, and Group C, Reggae Boys, Honduras, Canada. Rudolph Austin led
and,
Reggae
and
Boys
Panama.
U20 team, Junior.
And Panama.
And Panama. You know, I'm looking at Panama and then just keep it. Reggae Boys will kick off against Honduras on the 26th at 9 p.m. If I can find the game, we'll do a watch along. Junior, talk to me about what's at stake. The president of Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Michael Ricketts, has come out and said, said a lot is riding on this team. He said, quote, this year has been a very busy year for us and very expensive as well because of the under-17s, the under-20s on either side of the gender. And of course, the senior men's and women's team have all been vying for a place in the World Cup. This is a big deal. This is important for this program, Junior, to make it to the 2027 FIFA Under-20 World Cup.
Yeah, and the game is coming on VIX.
Yeah, I think
So
I have
VIX
to
is carrying.
I have to cut off one channel and activate another channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut off being. I still have being, so I'm gonna cut off being and go over to VIX. But what threw me off is one boy saying is a very expensive. You know what? Let me not go negative. The under-20 team leading up to this championship, I think they were, for all the Jamaican teams, they were probably playing the best football. And my expectation for them in this going into this tournament is get a high seed, get to the quarterfinals, win the quarterfinals game, and then we'll figure out the semifinals. That's
you get to the semifinals, you book your place. Top 4 go through.
Right. So, but the goal should be win the group and get a favorable quarterfinal.
Yeah.
That's a goal. And looking at the way they were playing, leading up to this tournament, that should not be outside the realm of possibility. Now, granted, I don't know the other teams. I don't know Panama, I don't know Honduras, and I don't know
Canada.
I don't know them. Well, actually, no, that was under 17. They'll beat Canada. But I don't know those under 20 teams. But I know our team, the chemistry that they showed, the vibes that they played with, and with the coach that they have in Rudolph Austin. We spoke about Rudolph Austin's CV. We spoke about his tenure at Portmore United. We spoke about the success he had this year. And could this now matriculate to him even developing more and putting this to his CV? With all of these combined, it just feels right. And all we have to do is show up against Honduras, start off with a good victory, and see how we go from there.
Yeah, I mean, Rudolph Austin and Jermaine Thomas are the coaches of this team. Peter said the channel, what's the name of the channel? I dropped that channel. VIX, you say?
Yeah, VIX carrying it.
VIX carrying the game. And on it's a local channel where I think you can get through YouTube or something like that. But I've signed up for it in the past. It's probably a few bucks a month.
And TUDN Fubo TV. All right, so the Jamaica game, Jamaica actually is being carried on Fox Soccer Plus, Fubo TV, Fox One, and Disney Premium in Caribbean.
So so those are English. So because I'm not buying a Fox, you know, because Fox have more money than VIX. So Spanish version is supposed to VIX.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing. All I'm seeing here is Disney Caribbean,
Okay.
Fox One, Fubo TV, and Fox Soccer Plus. But Fubo TV is carrying. I have Fubo TV here looking like Fubo TV is carrying most of the games.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't know who the hell is Fubo TV.
So yeah, Fubo is one of them upstarts. Actually, it's been around for a few years now in the football space and sports space. Started out with streaming games once. Sports.
So Jamaica's confirmed. Jamaica versus Canada. That's on August 1st. Fox Sports 2, Fubo TV, Fox One, Disney Plus. So that is them, Disney Plus Premium Caribbean. So that's August 1st. I'm already give it the first game. And then Jamaica versus Honduras, Fox Sports 2, Fubo TV, VIX, Fox One, and Disney Caribbean. So it look like Fubo TV. Just make sure you have Fubo TV.
All right, so we have to cut off some things and get rid of.
I'm still watching Fubo TV.
Regarding this U20 team, the coaches you mentioned, Jeremy Thomas, assistant, and Rudolph Austin, two young coaches who coming up through the ranks. Because for me, this is not just about the football or the youngsters, the U20 team or U17 or whatever age group. It's about the growth of the coaches, though. I want to see, Rudolph Austin should be riding on Cloud 9 now, riding extremely high. I mean, he's coming off the box of a Jamaica Premier League trophy against all the odds, against the so-called big coaches, big teams. And so here's an opportunity for him to accumulate and build more things and get more experience under his belt. And one thing that we'll know, Junior, is that this team will take on the personality of Rudolph Austin. And if there's any other player or any other coach that we have in Jamaica set up currently, that personality embodies industrious, hard-working, Rudolph Austin is that type of coach. So, I'm excited about this U20 team. I'm really excited about. I know there were rumblings or comments around access to certain resources in pre, which is always the case. We are going to lace them up and play some ball right now. And I'm very excited, especially against Honduras and the Central American teams. Because those are teams where fast forward the clock 5-10 years from now, you potentially will be going toe-to-toe against for World Cup qualifying spots. So you see these players at the youth level, you will see them at the senior level in these other teams later on if all things well. Junior, looking at the squad, Che Gordon, Bibi Gordon's son, was drafted into the squad. He had an impressive season at Stockport United. Kimarley Scott, who I thought has been a very good player for Cavalier. He was outstanding in the Premier League last year. And we have Jabari Howell out of Mount Pleasant Academy. So I'm very excited about this group, and I'm looking forward to see how they go about it, Junior.
Yeah, I know. Go they're doing the best, brother. That's all I want from them. Go out there, do your best. No pressure. You've already done the hard work. Now just go out there and replicate. Go out there and produce from your hard work. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to change anything. We saw you guys leading up to the championship. Let's go down and play some ball. Like you said, let's lace them up and play some ball.
Yeah. Anything else from Jamaican football news that we're missing? No. Nothing else. So it's all about the U20 tournament coming up right now. And again, on the 26th, which is when? Sunday? Or Monday?
Yes. 26th is Sunday.
It's Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I can find a stream, I'll run a watch along of the Honduras game versus Jamaica U20. We'll see how that game shake out.
No, the Jamaica first game is
26.
Yeah, sorry. At 9 p.m., yes.
At 9 p.m. against Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're about, man. Fubo TV, VIX, Fox Sports 2.
Yeah, a game in a Puebla. Don't venture too far then, brother. Yo, that's enough time for first halftime show back. Time for go my yard. Next halftime show we'll recap transfer news and club football. But we just wanted to, let the fans know that the U20 team is kicking off coming up this week. You have a squad get announced for the Reggae Girls Pan Am Games coming up. We'll touch that squad next week. There are a few transfer news for some reggae girls and reggae boys. Well, you know what? Junior, quickly, let me run through these real quickly. Over here, so transfer news from reggae boys and Jamaican football players running out right now. First and foremost, Corey Anderson, reggae boy Corey Anderson has signed for. Let me go back. Corey Anderson signed for Blackpool. So congrats to Corey Anderson. Wish him all the best on this chad. Good luck to you, baller. Good luck on the next chad. So Corey Anderson is a Blackpool player now. Let's continue our reggae girls. Said Ada Malcolm, big up to Said Ada Malcolm. She signed for Lograno United in La Liga. A Spanish team over there in Spain. So looking forward to see Ada Malcolm make the transition. Very excited. I mean, she did well in Scotland last round. Looking forward to see how Ada Malcolm adjusts to technically a different level now. Different, we've seen the Spanish players, men and women, how they play technically gifted, solid players. So looking forward to see Ada Malcolm, how she navigates that lead. Very excited about that. Trudy Carter joined Mexican club Tijuana FC Junior. I don't know if Boza are still there at Tijuana. If Boza are still there, them can link up. But I think Boza gone. So Trudy Carter is joined up with club Tijuana FC. And Isaac Hayden. Can we stop calling Isaac Hayden a reggae boy now that the cycle done? He has signed with League One club Leyton Orient FC. Natasha Thomas, reggae girl. Natasha Thomas, reggae girl, signed with Wrexham FC. Big up Natasha Thomas. And Jade Bailey, reggae girl Jade Bailey, is coming over here to Mexico. Looking forward to see Jade Bailey in Mexico. She signed for Querétaro football club over in Mexico. We're keeping an eye on some other transfer news, and Junior's favorite player, Flashy Natty, TOK, Mr. Casey Palmer, has moved on to Leyton Orient, out of Hull City. And Junior, that's it for the Jamaican transfer news. The man them runaway shot the Flashy Natty, brother.
Yeah. And your boy Leon Bailey, where them say him going now?
No, it's a Luton signs for Palmer signs for Luton.
Yeah, but Bailey, I think Bailey is on his way to
Hull. So apparently they're negotiating. A few reports coming out from the Athletic last week that Leon Bailey is in negotiation. Well, there's negotiation taking place between Bailey and Hull City. And of course, for Aston Villa is that they have to figure something out with the wages. The wage thing has to get sorted out. We saw Morgan Rogers going to Chelsea, and Alejandro Garnacho probably going the other way if all these things get, because Aston Villa, based on all the reports I saw, they have a huge wage problem.
Yeah. For the last 3 years.
Yes, and they've been trying to. But you talk about capitalism earlier and the money thing in the ball game. They're trying to offload some of those salaries and win football games simultaneously. So the reports I saw,
you have a good job at it.
Yeah. The reports I saw with Leon, it could be potentially a loan move with an option, but nothing is final yet. You have got to ask your budget.
So I think it for both ends. So for Bailey, I think that's what the reports are. For Garnacho, is the same thing. So they are going to do a loan with an obligation to buy. So it looked like what they're doing, they keep prorating their books. And while they prorate the books, they're knocking off
years of the contract.
on the way into it. So whoever it is though that's doing this, whoever is behind this, whoever is the CEO or whatever, that brother, when it's all said and done, look out for him getting a big time job
Yeah,
because he's
if
doing
it
something
works
spectacular.
out.
No, it has already worked out. Aston Villa keeps surviving in bringing in the Premier League money while overturning the roster. They found the right coach. They found the right player scouting department that can quickly overhaul the roster without having any big drop off in performance. Them already win.
Yeah, yeah. BM says looking forward to seeing Che Gardner. I think a ball from Man United was also added. Yeah, Dante. I think it's Dante Plunkett or Plankett. Is the baller from Manchester United. Well, we're not calling him baller yet. He's a youth from Manchester
Yeah.
United Academy. That was added to the group. Yo, good luck to TOK man himself, Mr. Casey Palmer. Big up yourself. Good luck with the move to Luton Town. Big up, big up. And more transfer news next Wednesday. Again, rest in power, Sir Garfield Sobers. Rest well. Gone on to the ancestors. Junior, at that time for Goma we had. Peter says.
And yeah, go ahead. What Peter said.
Peter said it is understood that Bailey wants to remain in the Premier League, even though there are outside offers. Junior, that's what Peter is saying. He says Bailey wants to remain in the Premier League.
That's fine.
I mean, any thoughts on that one, Junior?
Oh. What do you want me to say?
And it's BBC's reporting also. There's a potential for this. So Hull City is targeting Leon Bailey and Matt Target.
Yeah, they would. He and his handlers would hope that there's outside teams to come in because that would inflate the price. But okay, whatever. We also lost Kevin Keegan a couple days ago.
Yes.
So big up
Yes.
to all the British people. Anybody out there in England football should know who Kevin Keegan is. So not a great baller. Well, great for his generation.
Yes. And they call him Kevin Keegan, and then call him nickname King Kev.
King Kenny. No. That's a Kenny Dalglish.
No, King Kev.
King Kev, yeah.
Yes, our mighty mouse. Keegan was recognized for his dribbling and did a stint with Man City also.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right after, I think he had a short battle with cancer, but
Yeah. Rest well, Kevin Keegan. 75 years old. BM says Hull City is a risky move. It's a very high possibility that they will be relegated next season, Junior.
what do you want me to do with that information? Wait. You want to contradict what Peter? It's not Peter. Peter is
It's
just
not
merely
Peter.
telling us.
Peter is saying that Bailey
Peter is
wants to
just
remain in the Premier League. BM is saying that Hull is a risky move.
yeah. So Peter is not owning that information. He's just disseminating information that he heard. So Peter don't feel like what attack you. Not attacking you. You're just telling us what you heard. But come on. There are the teams out there that, whatever.
Let's see. All right, so Sunday again, family. Watch along U20 against Honduras, 9 p.m. kickoff. Do watch along for that game. And looking forward to see the youngsters versus Honduras. Have a wonderful rest of the week, family. That's no time for we to take over yourself. Junior, good luck with the Cape Verde bug that you're battling there.
Yeah.
What type of treatment do you take for the Cape Verde virus? A Cape Verde bug.
Flonase and this antibacterial something, but I've put cream in my nose, man.
Just keep watching the Cape Verde stance. Yo, people, time for go. We had have a wonderful Thursday. Look at more people.
Later.